We're now going to speak to another one of our amazing community heroes. Now, we've searched high and low to find some really inspiring people in communities who do incredible things for other people around them. These could be from simple basic jobs or to something which is just unbelievably incredible that you've never heard of before. So let's see who we've got now. So today we've got Toni Marie Gallagher, and her business is called Zenology Boutique. Now I'm just going to get her into this meeting now. There we go. Hello Toni, how are you?
Hi, I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. So welcome to my little vlogcast, I'm calling it, instead of a podcast, because it's a vlog.
Okay.
And that's what it is, yeah. So you are Toni. You own and have created Zenology Boutique. Yeah. So you just want to tell me and the viewers a little bit about like what that is, what your business is.
So it's a new business that I started September last year, mainly all around crystals, so crystal healing, incense sticks and holders, crystal jewellery, Buddha things, angel ornaments, and just spiritual feel good things really, as well as the angel readings that I've been doing with angel cards for about 3 years now.
Okay, yeah, cool. So I was doing a bit of research on your website and having a little look about like what you do and all that sort of stuff. So obviously, like, there's some really cool stuff in there, like about the different crystals and the like healing properties and the energy properties and all that stuff. What actually happened for you to want to go down this route? Like, why did it start? What did you do before this?
Well, I was in like the childcare profession before, so it's not linked at all. I was a TA and stuff. It was, oh God, how many years? Years ago when my boys were little, and I was in what I'd probably say my lowest point, where, you know, mental health was kind of taking over, I suppose. And I came across crystals completely by chance when the doctor had recommended to me, for example, looking at meditation. Meditation I could not get the hang of because I'm useless at shutting off my mind. So it just wouldn't work for me. And I just scrolling on Facebook, saw the crystals. Being totally honest, at first it was just because they were pretty. I love pretty things. And stumbled across the website that I then bought off. And then obviously it explains the healing properties and what these crystals can do for you. And the first one I saw was an anxiety crystal, which obviously suited me at the time. So I think I only started with one, maybe two crystals. Obviously you read the stuff, but then when you actually get them and realise the difference that they make, then you're like, oh. So I kind of just bought them little bits at a time for a while. And then it just so happened that that same company ended up advertising an affiliate program. So they wanted people to work with them, just selling their stock for them, which obviously I was already buying. And by that point, people had kind of asked a few questions about what I was using, where my newfound positivity had come from. They'd obviously noticed the difference. And it just went from there. So I was basically just advertising for them and just getting a small commission. And I just thought, why not? If people are asking me, then I can share it with them too. And yeah, that's how it all started, really.
That's really cool. Like, were you involved in any other affiliate things before you did this? Like, did you know how the whole, how that worked, like working from home in your spare time? Have you done stuff like this before?
Yeah, I've done network marketing things for, oh goodness, how young? When the boys were little, so probably 7 years now, on and off. Nothing that really took off for me, I suppose, but it was something I did alongside when I was with the body shop at home. So it didn't feel like a new thing to discover for me at all. I just kind of slipped it in with the customers I had already and friends on Facebook, really.
Because the body shop at home is quite an ethical company, and they use like vegan products, and they're really like world friendly. And I guess like that carries on through with the crystals as well. So it's also looking after like people, mental health,
Yeah.
And all those bits as well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's a lot of people that think that possibly these crystals probably don't work.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be, or what have you heard are the biggest myths or skeptical things about these products?
Luckily, I don't hear it a lot actually. But the biggest thing would probably be, oh, they're just stones. What do they do? What can a stone do for you? And that's fine, because obviously, unless you know, then how are you going to believe it, if that makes sense? And quite often it's just about letting people feel them for themselves, because a crystal will react completely differently to other people's energy. And I have customers who are skeptics, if you like, and will hold a crystal and be like, oh my God, it's getting warm. What does that mean? And I'm like, well, that's it, just connecting to your energy. And then that's it. They're sold like, oh, it's not just a stone, it's working. And then they'll give it a week and I have messages like, I actually do feel so much calmer. You weren't lying. I was like, I know. So I think until you actually feel it for yourself, it's very easy to just think you're just saying that, which is completely understandable. I think we're all like that now. You have to have proof yourself to believe something, don't you? So that's fine. But I don't get a lot of skeptics. I'm quite lucky.
So that's really good. That is good. Like, I'm quite skeptical about a lot of things until I see it in the flesh and feel it. But there's your website also says that, so there's different healing and energy properties with different crystals. So do you have to almost triage your clients to see what they need and choose what crystal they want or would need or would benefit from? Because obviously, especially now with COVID, there's a lot of people who are in a bad place or a negative place in mental health, or an unhelpful place in mental health. So would you have to kind of talk to them and work out, sort of almost prescribe them a crystal which is more suitable for them?
We do actually call it a crystal prescription, which is often
Right,
I don't have to. And obviously it is completely what the people are comfortable with. So I have made sure that I've set up my website so that people can go have a look at obviously what they look like first. And I will always say that's the best way to choose a crystal, is just to see what draws you in by the images. But then I've also tried to make sure that I've included not big spiels of it because people get lost, but the main points of what that crystal does. So if people don't feel comfortable coming to me and saying, right, this is what I feel, this is what I'm experiencing, what could work, they can take themselves to the website and choose themselves. They don't have to talk to me. But I do find the majority like to come to me, and I always make sure I give them that option, because then I can do, like you said, a personal crystal prescription. So they can say, this is how I feel, or this is what I'm struggling with, or do you have a crystal that would do this or help with this? And that's where then I only let them tell me what they're comfortable with. I'll never force anyone to say, right, well, do you feel this, or what about this? I go by their lead. And being honest, that's the part I like, because that's the helping them. And I feel like to a lot of people then I could be a stranger that they feel happier opening up to. And I do get that quite often, like, oh my God, I messaged you and it just all fell out. And I'm not, but that's fine. It's made me feel like I've done something for them. And even if they don't buy the crystals, I'm happy that I could listen. I was going to say I'm an ear, but I suppose I'm not an ear if they're typing to me, but you know what I mean?
You're an eye.
Yeah, I'm an eye. But it's a gateway, isn't it? It's like a door opening for them to feel they can come to me. And that is the side I probably like more than anything else I do in it, is that I can allow people to speak to me about how they feel or what they may be struggling with that maybe they can't tell people they're close to. And at a time like now, with everything going on, I feel that's more important than ever. So I'm so glad I set up the business when I did, so it was there for people to feel they could come to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got some of the ones that you've sent to me, and I mean, they are gorgeous, they are beautiful. There's a few of them, and I think it's really cool how you can provide something which is an object which keeps giving, even when you personally aren't doing anything. Because you sold the product. I've spoke to you, I've got the product, I've got it here, you know, I'm not talking to you, you're asleep in bed, and I've still got these products here, and they're doing things for me to make me feel better when you're not even awake.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
I see what you mean.
I think that's like, and you know, how powerful is that to actually supply something to someone where they can. It's just, I just think it's really fantastic. So there's a few different ones here that I've got. So I will try and remember what these are called.
Now that is the test. Do you remember?
Really cool purpley sort of one. Amethyst.
What's that one? Well done. Yeah. Oh, what's that one for?
That one is for oh,
you know this, you do.
I can't remember. I'm so
You can.
Is it for, so this one is for like that one's that one. This one,
it's one of the things that most people will benefit from right now. Amethyst is actually one of the most popular crystals.
Positivity and
well, all of them are kind of positive. No. One of the biggest factors people suffer with at the moment.
Oh, depression.
That comes into it, but stress.
Oh, it's like stress, sleep.
Yeah. Yes, stress relief, relaxation, peace, helping you sleep. So all the calming that now everyone needs. And amethyst is one of our best known crystals because generally everybody needs that.
If I remember what it is. So I've got 3 different types. I've got like a tall, really chunky, spiky one. I've got like one fat rock. So
that's a point. The other one is a cluster. So there are lots of little points, so to speak.
So what are the differences? Then I've got like that bed of small ones. So what are the differences between the shapes, or isn't there?
There's not a difference in terms of what they do at all, because each crystal is literally unique. You will hardly ever find a crystal that is exactly the same unless they are ones like tumbles, which is this kind, for example, that is polished, or you know, your crystal chip bracelets that they're all made to be the same. The ones you have got are what we call rough crystals. So they are more exactly as it says, rough, how they're found in the ground. Nobody messes with them. So they will have all sorts of points and shapes, and the little clusters are just how they have naturally formed, like in the earth. So there's not a difference in how they heal you, but a lot of people believe that the rough ones and the clusters are slightly more powerful with their energy because they're sort of fresh from the ground, not being messed with. So the energy is exactly as it was in the earth. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I've got this one as well, which is a tiger.
Tiger's eye. Well done.
Right. And that's for courage.
Yeah, it's I just tell people to remember it by its name, how you think a tiger is powerful and courage, and giving you that kind of boost. But I find those really stunning, like the flashes through it are just.
And then
now you can see what I mean by they attracted me by how they looked in the first place more than what they actually did.
And this bracelet as well is this white bracelet. It's like little rainbows in each of the squares. Like, it's just absolutely
funnily enough, that's one of the first ones I got, the anxiety one, and that which is what I've got here too, opalite, because of the rainbow in it. It just grabbed my attention. But they're such a soothing, calming crystal that it's what I needed. And they do say that quite often a crystal will sort of attract you for a reason. It's telling you what you need without you even knowing it. So sometimes it doesn't matter that you haven't sat and read exactly what that crystal does. I often tell them, go on the website. I'll tell my customers that, or, you know, whatever grabs their attention on my Facebook page. I'm always updating the new stock. Don't always focus on what it does. Sometimes just scroll, have a look, what attracts you, because sometimes your intuition is telling you exactly what you need to heal and you might not even realize it. So yeah, just focus on that.
And then this one, I can't remember this one.
Carnelian.
Can
you remember what that one does or not? No. That's your energy booster, which you need because you're so busy. That's why I thought that was a good one for you. So when you're struggling to get up and you need some motivation and some energy, that is your go-to.
Maybe that's, I think I mean, I'm skeptical. I am, and you know that. But the last week, I have had a lot more, well, this is the second week that I have had more energy. I've been wearing the bracelet most days. So that's been next to my bed. So yeah, I.
And how did you feel when you were wearing that bracelet?
I mean,
You're still skeptical, but be honest.
I
am. To me.
I am still skeptical, but if I don't wear it, I'm like, I need my bracelet on. Where is it? You know,
so how do you feel when you put that on? What is it that it makes you feel?
I don't know. I just feel like happier to be doing what I'm doing, and I just feel like joyful, and I feel like I can give people more time and effort, and I've got more energy. Like I can stay up till 10 o'clock at night instead of falling asleep at 7 o'clock because I'm just exhausted. Like I just feel like I do have more in me.
Because it's absorbing the energy that doesn't serve you and replacing it by more positive energy. And that's the beauty of having a crystal bracelet, because it's with you all the time. You don't have to remember to carry it or anything. So that's working the whole time, connecting to your energy, absorbing the one that you don't need. So that one that's going to make you not motivated or feel like you want to go to bed or whatever, and replace it by more positive.
So obviously there's a single parent who they're not at work, so they've got the kids at home, and lockdown's getting to them, and you know, they're feeling like depressed, they're being stressed, they haven't got the right food that they need. What can you do to help that person, which is millions of people? What can you do to help those millions of people?
Well, what I started doing recently was, I touched on earlier, the angel cards that I do, and I've been doing those for over 3 years. I figured out the other day, I don't know how it's gone that fast. And I came across those again by chance. I didn't know that everybody couldn't do it. And now I realise it's about the energy work that I've got the gift to do, that, you know, was a shock at first. And they're the cards that are really... you know, they're about guidance, they're about reassuring you, they're about uplifting you or giving you some positivity or direction, or just some kind of message that it's not spiritual based at all, the angel cards. It's not about connecting with spirits or anything. It is like messages of encouragement from your angels that are all around us, whether we believe in them or not. Angels are around you. A lot of people talk about guardian angels being there to support you and protect you and whatnot. That's what these cards will do. So because people are struggling so much at the minute, and I think, you know, it's a whole other lifestyle to get used to, this lockdown, and people don't have a lot of focus at the moment, don't know what they're doing with themselves. So sometimes these little messages on the angel cards can uplift them so much. And I've seen firsthand from doing the cards so many years now how much it means to a lot of my customers, how I physically watch the change in them over the next few days to see that they've had a boost to go for something completely different or give themselves some self-care time or whatever it may be. So I started offering those kind of readings for free, so that during lockdown I was giving my time to uplift people who obviously wouldn't afford it normally or are struggling and just need a bit of a boost. And that's what I've been trying to do for them, because it's something I can offer. And I thought, how can I help? You know, some people can't do much to help, but that's one thing I can do.
So I think that, like, words of encouragement are really sought after by people. Like, they really want them. But at the moment, there's not many people that can give words of encouragement because they are also feeling so low. So the words of encouragement are very simple, something like, it'll be all right, you'll be okay, or put the kids to bed early. It's kind of like...
Well, yeah, but it's a bit more than that, like... Yeah.
So with your stuff, it's actual, like, there's a connection with that card, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So when the encouragement is completely direct to them as a person, not just a throwaway message.
And I think these are more relatable, let's say, for people, because I will ask people for an image of themselves as recent as possible so I can connect to their energy. So the messages that come out are completely, like you say, personal and directed to them and to their situation, maybe what they're going through. But the thing with those messages and these readings is they don't have to tell me that. They don't have to disclose anything that they're going through, how they might feel, but they can receive this message and say to themselves, that makes perfect sense to this, or I'm feeling that and that's why that card's come out. And if they don't feel comfortable expressing that to me, that's fine. But then there's some who see it again as a door where they can open that door and say, this is why that card's come out. I think this is why they're telling me that, because this is how I felt, or this is the situation I'm in. So again, I'm more than happy to be able to provide that for people. But if they don't want to open the door, I know that they've taken that positivity away, or some kind of encouragement or reassurance or whatever it may be that the messages are. But like you say, they are completely tailored to them. So it's not as simple as just, oh, you know, get up and everything's going to be fine, which sounds so cliche, doesn't it? It's really, I don't know, like messages like, go for it. You've been considering this kind of idea. That is a good idea. The angels see it's going to be positive. So stop doubting yourself. And because I've done it so long now, obviously I can connect to people's energy and kind of get my own take on it too, which is obviously why everyone can't do it. It's not as simple as just reading a message off this card and going, this is what it says. The picture comes up and I will then expand on why I feel that card is for them. So I can detect certain things, but it's not too intrusive. So it's, you know, I feel maybe this is what this could be relating to. But I always say to them, you will understand better than anyone, better than me, what this card is relating to. And obviously they don't have to tell me that. But again, it's an opportunity for them to say, well, I think it's because of this. And that's made me feel so much better, actually, that I shouldn't blame myself, or I feel rubbish now, but they see a positive outcome. And it sometimes just gives people that boost to carry on. You know, when they know that something positive is going to happen, or things are going to change, or the thing that they're working really hard on at the minute that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, a little message to say, well, we see it's going to be successful actually, and something good's coming. It gives people that urge to go, oh, well, I'm going to carry on then.
Yeah. Oh, lockdown's not that much further. So like, you know, so let's just keep pushing, light at the end of the tunnel. Exactly. Yeah. I was wondering, so one of the questions that I ask everybody is, if you had £100 million to spend on your business, what would you do and why? Probably a shop, because obviously at the minute I can't, because it's lockdown. But I've had so many people. I mean, my business is still really new, but I do have shelves and stuff of my stock, and you know, at the minute it's all, I show it off to people, and people love just looking at it. Now, if you walk into a shop, for instance, that's full of all these crystals, I would make it an amazingly positive place to come and visit, let's say. So you would get all that energy, you'd have the incense going, and people can have a real feel then without having to buy anything. And obviously I could then offer my cards, and it would be a place that I would want people to feel they can come and talk to me if they wanted to, of course. And make it more of a little community thing. Like I would do things then like, you know, have a coffee machine in there because I love coffee. Come and have a coffee with me. You don't have to come here to buy. Almost, you know? like a little community venue. Yeah, because obviously at the moment I'd love to invite people in, but then still it's your home. So, you know, when lockdown's over and the kids are at school, that is my aim. I've got a room set out where I'd love people to come in, and people keep asking, I'd love to come and see everything you've got and feel that energy. And like I said, see what they're attracted to. And that, like, then they can feel it. They can feel it for themselves. Does this make me feel anything? Do I want that crystal? But again, there's only so many people I could have in my home. So a little shop, nothing amazing, that I felt, you know, I could offer people to come over and have a little zen area. That would be me doing something for them. I'd feel like I can give people that positivity. So you're being so selfless with your gift, and you're just letting everybody just using it.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like,
I just feel everyone hasn't got this gift, and I was so scared of it for such a long time. That's being totally honest. I have just started the connecting to spirit side, but I'm still not there where I want to offer that all the time. And that's just me personally. Mainly, sorry, because I didn't have anyone there to tell me it was okay or to support me or anything. So again, that's something I've started. I've had people reach out to me. I think I've got the gift and I want to be that person for them that I didn't have. So do you know what? Actually, it's not that scary. And actually, you don't need to know all of this. You just sort of go with the flow. So I've already started that. So again, that'd be something I'd love if I could have a little shop or something. Yeah. They could come in and I could pass on what I know. But yeah, everyone hasn't got this gift, have they? And I know that people charge a lot more for what I offer. But for me, it's not about that. It's not about the money. Of course, I charge a little bit now just to keep my business ticking over, and purely because when I first started, I did lives and I did free readings. And I kid you not, it got up to 60 odd people, one on one live, one in one, all at the same time. And I physically couldn't do that. And then I started to realise it massively affected my energy to give a good reading to that person. And I just felt that's not fair then, is it? Like, you know, I know it's only free, but I want to give the best that I feel I can to someone. I don't want them to have a half-hearted reading.
Absolutely, yeah.
They need the positivity and the guidance from it. And I want them to feel they've got something from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I only charge a really small fee now because then I know that person really wants the reading, and you know, it just means I can, like a bit of a deposit, that is my time for you. I have seen so many people say, why don't you charge more? People charge way more than that, over double what I charge. But to me, it's not about that. If I can give good with this gift that I've, you know, just been lucky to get, I didn't do anything to get it, did I? I've just been fortunate.
Spider, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things I can give. So why wouldn't I? And especially at the moment, if this isn't a time to make you realise if you can do good and be positive for people, give that little light. You know, like lately I've had so many people reach out. Obviously, people are noticing me more because they're sat at home. And it's been a blessing because they'll say, I just love watching your live. So I have started doing the free ones, like I said, just as some positivity for people. And I love your energy and I love, you know, just watching you. And to me, that means the world, because I feel like if I could have made them feel a little bit better, sat at home, maybe feeling really rubbish. Some people might not have anyone to talk to at the moment at all. Yeah. And I know I'm just sort of talking at the screen, but, you know, it's someone to listen to, isn't it?
So you do these angel readings on a live video on Facebook?
Yeah, that's initially how I started. I was doing them free all the time, but it just got too much. Now I do them every now and then.
So how can you connect with them when you can't even see them, hear them? Like what do they do? So say I was going to come onto one of your live videos, so I'd get onto Facebook and I'd go onto Zenology Boutique, find you on Facebook, join your group, and then what do I do? Just comment on your live video? Or?
Yeah. So this is why I lost it when there was too many people, because people would comment so much. And I quickly realised, this is when it first hit me, how the energy thing works. And I just didn't realise I was connecting to people's energy. When they've commented, and obviously I know I'm not talking to you, but I will respond to your comment, won't I? So then I'm connecting to you. So I will then sit and visualise that name, for instance. So I will say Mike. You know, who's connecting. But if somebody else comments and then comments and comments and comments and I lose you, I then can't connect you anymore. So when I am doing lives, luckily my group's really good now and they kind of know to just hold off on the comments a bit while I do whoever I'm reading for. And that's how it works. But like I said, that's how I had to then figure out a way to not have everybody bombard the live when I first started. And that is purely, hand on heart, the only reason I started charging a small fee. It was just because I couldn't keep up and nobody was getting a good reading, and you know there were too many comments, and then I'd lose who I was reading for, and the connection's gone then.
I think if somebody's willing to pay a little bit of money, then they are the people who are really willing to put the effort in to get that connection right. If they're just there like willy-nilly, oh yeah, come on then, let's have a go.
Yeah, because some of them will just leave then, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I don't think people appreciate, people like me, it takes so much energy and it is exhausting. So lately I've been doing up to 3 hours on a live, for instance, and I am exhausted at the end of that, which is fine because I don't sleep very well and it helps me sleep.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can't physically always do that. I have to focus my energy. And I personally just feel that means I'm giving you the best of my energy and time and a better reading then.
So at the end of this live video, when you spoke to however many people, are you okay after that? Like, do you get sort of like PTSD after it? Do you get like anything? No, because I was like, if I do that, if I connected to something and spoke to all these people, I'd lie in bed and I'd have all these things flying around in my head. And,
that was my fear. See, like I said, I've only just started with the spirit side. So I have used a spirit card deck that's helping me, but I have done how I now know how to sort of ground myself and connect when I want to. Now, my little perception was just like yours, to be honest. I thought, okay, so if I let these guards down, that we all naturally sort of build up this whole, all that things, it's not real, you know, you can't connect spirits and all the, you know, just how society is. As we grow older, that builds more and more, and you have to let that down to allow your gift to work, let's say. But I was always scared of letting that side down, and I thought exactly like you. Will I go to bed and there'll just be all these spirits here trying to talk to me? Will I hear them? Will it stress me out? Will I not, you know, be able to listen to what real people are saying to me because I'm like, oh my God, there's someone in my head. And I think that is just how films perceive it. And you know, I honestly didn't know that you have complete control. I didn't know that before, and I do. And everyone has a different gateway, they call it. So you connect, didn't know this either. We all connect in completely different ways. So me, I'm a massive feeler. I feel people's energy. I feel how the spirit may have felt, and I pick up on the energy a lot. So I don't tend to see them really or hear them. Personally, I think that's because I don't want to as well. I've got my guards up still for that. I'm comfortable with the energy side, which is why I always happily embraced the angel cards, because that's just energy. I've always been really attracted to angels, and I suppose now I know why. But I was happy with that. There was nobody trying to talk to me there. I was in complete control. And yeah, it surprised me actually that the whole spirit side is not at all how I thought it would be. And yeah, as long as you're protected with your crystals and the right energy, and you kind of know how to disengage from it, you don't get anything like that. And I honestly thought you did. I thought, am I just going to walk down the road and some spirits are like, hello, can you tell someone? It isn't like that. So yeah, I mean, I haven't done a lot of spirit work yet, but the only thing I feel is tired. That's it really. You just have to give yourself a little time to recover, and I'm fine.
I suppose, like, with how are you talking of being tired? How are you with COVID? Completely separate to the business, as a single parent with your two boys. How are you coping with homeschooling and all of that? Like, as a single parent,
it has its moments. I can't complain really. I know there's a lot of people that would be worse off, and obviously I'm massively fortunate. I do have this business, so I don't have that stress, you know, having homeschooling and then the stress of we're not earning and all that. It's going to be worse. So even when it does get a bit tough, I mean, I've got two boys, completely different stages, who both need me at the same time. Then I'm trying to run a business, so I'm trying to juggle everything. But I do always remind myself, this is my newfound positivity state, that I am so fortunate. At least I can still run my business amongst the boys, sat doing what they're doing. And I do have my childcare qualification. I have worked in school, so I'm not the worst person to support them. So yeah, I mean, it's challenging for us all, and we all have completely different challenges at the moment, don't we? And none of us are suffering the same way at all. And that's why it's so important to all be kind to each other. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because a little bit of positivity goes a long way, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm not too bad. It's exhausting sometimes, but nothing I'm not used to.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
So basically, with what you do, if somebody's feeling pretty crap during COVID or any time, then they could jump onto your Facebook group, have a little chat, have a little card reading, have a little look at your website, maybe get themselves a couple of little crystals to just have at home, And
or the inbox for those who don't want to do it on a live. I appreciate not everyone wants to sit and do it on a live, you know. So I'm always in my inbox giving readings, and that's why I'm blessed really in this situation. I can homeschool the kids and then go, right, give me 10 minutes and I'll do your reading for you. I get back to people well at the minute because I'm not out doing school runs and whatever. I can fit it in easier. So that's why I'm doing it. I've got more time to go, yeah, I can fit you in 10. You know, and that's it. And I do a lot via the inbox at the moment because that's what people want, you know. It's direct to them then.
I suppose if somebody didn't want to get in touch just yet, they could still watch your lives if you do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they could, you know, cause when do you do them? At night when the kids are in bed, I guess? Yeah,
generally. Yeah. Occasionally a weekend when they're at the dad's, but generally. So they could
be, so a new person could be at home, just watching you live, watching you be so like read these cards out, which are giving other people positivity, and they could just interpret that for themselves and just be like, oh, that's a really good thing that person's been told. They must feel really good, and just to be watching positive, helpful stuff. Even that on its own can make somebody feel.
Yeah, I've had a few messages like that actually. Like I've just enjoyed watching it. Yeah, and people just come in just to watch, and obviously I make my group as positive as I can. It's always full of the positivity quotes now more than ever because people really need to hear them. And I get so many more comments now like, I really needed to hear that today. Yeah. And that's what I want that group to be. It's like a little community positivity group because I know how it felt when I was in my dark place of discovering all of this, just how much of a difference it makes. And if you haven't got someone in your life to give you that little injection of positivity, then I can be that someone. And it makes me feel so much better. Honestly, it's changed my life being able to do that because it now makes me such a positive person. And I do see the positives and things. I'll hold my hands up. I was a very negative person when I was at my lowest. And that's just what it does to you. The energy takes over and everything becomes negative. Sometimes you just need one little bit of positivity to change your whole mindset. And things feel so much better then. And that's what I do, apparently. And it does. That's the best part of what I do, having those messages. It still makes me emotional now. I still nearly cry at every single message. I probably always will because that's the person I am. And that means the world more than anything. The whole business, it's when people say, you've inspired me, or I've loved watching you, it's made me feel so much better, or I can't thank you enough for what you said in those readings. That's what it's about to me. And that's all I care about. As long as I'm getting those messages, I will still keep doing it.
Keep doing it, yeah. I love that. Absolutely love it. Well, okay. Well, I think I'm going to let you go. And it's been so inspiring listening to everything. And, you know, I'm definitely going to watch some of your lives. I just find it really, I don't know, just mesmerizing how these things out there, stones out there, which can have this power. You know,
I like feel good stones. That's how I like to look at them.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, okay.
Even you as a skeptic has felt the difference, and I think that's the important thing. That,
Well, thank you so much for talking to me tonight. And
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I hope that everyone floods to your page to have a reading, but not all on the same time on a live video.
That's okay. And, everyone is more than welcome. Come for some positivity.
Well, thank you very much. And I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. I've just been talking to Toni and just gone through all of the stones and the cards that she's offering. So head over to her Facebook page, Zenology Boutique, and her website, zenologyboutique.co.uk, and just have a little look. Just see whether they make a difference to your life. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.